Okay, awesome. Well, let me. Should I just? I'm just going to share my desktop then, so you guys can all see the fancy new Missing Maps website. So welcome, guys. Appreciate your time. So I don't know if Pete has introduced me at all or anything, but my name is Dale, and I'm the American side of the Missing Maps group. And recently we did a project where we were trying to sort of better understand what the contribution that everyone was doing to Missing Maps, and so we wanted to sort of honor that a little bit more and give you guys rewards in sort of a small way that we could. So as part of that process, what we did was we redesigned completely the Missing Maps website, so you can now sort of have a better understanding about what is the Missing Maps project. So there's a better understanding of sort of how we work, the three-part process, which I'm sure Pete can go into, but there's step one, which you guys are doing tonight. There's step two, which is the field mapping. We always have teams that are coming back from the field. We just had a team here from the American Red Cross return from Colombia, where they were mapping in an area in Colombia that it has not rained in 6 years. So obviously some drought issues there that they're working through. And then step three is sort of what we do with that data. And so there's lots more resources now on the website, just sort of better organized. So you can go and map now. You can learn about more mapping. There's resources for leading a mapathon, and there's also ways to donate directly to the Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team. One of the things we're doing now is we're also tracking all the contributions to Missing Maps. So this number is slightly out of date. We haven't turned on the code yet to make this live. But just know that there's over 7,000 people that have contributed to Missing Maps, and they've done 2.5 million buildings, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And so thank you guys for your effort, and thank you for your future effort. It's great to sort of be a part of a program where there's people in London that I'm talking to over Skype. You guys are having a good time, hopefully with a beer and some pizza. But then there's other things, there's this Discover part of the website, which I'll get into. And then there's the events. So tonight you guys are at, the British Red Cross London headquarters tonight. So there's ways that we can look at all of the different events, and we can see more information about that. So the fun part. There's a couple things that we have going on. So first thing I want to do is take you guys to the leaderboard. So the leaderboard for Missing Maps is here. And so what this does is it shows every person that's ever contributed to Missing Maps, and this is really just in the last week or so since the launch of the new website, and allows you to sort of see your spot on the overall leaderboard for Missing Maps. So any tag that you have where you put the hashtag Missing Maps in there, you'll show up in here for your edit. So we can see that Jay Harps is the number overall editor with 411 edits. They've done 227 buildings, and they've done 1,700 kilometers of road. So Jay Harps, whoever you are, you're doing a fantastic job. But then if we want to look at by buildings, we can click on buildings, and we can see that, DM Groom CT has done almost 8,000 buildings, which is also amazing. But if we're maybe a little more curious, we could, I don't know, Pete, what are you guys mapping tonight? Is there, what project are you guys mapping tonight?
It's Manono. Hang on.
1490.
Which one?
1490.
Are you just typing it?
Yeah.
1490. Okay, so Hot 1490. So if we click on Hot 1490 here, you can see this is you guys' edits in real time. It was updated 4 minutes ago. And let's go ahead and remove this so we can just focus on the editors we can see from this last 6 days. And we can see there's some folks that have been editing in the last 4 minutes. Your edits are coming straight through, so that's awesome. Whoever Peggy Gilbert is, you're a fast mapper. They got 204 buildings, so that's fantastic. And so we can also look at say a project. Let's look at another project, so we can compare two different projects against each other. So maybe if there's a Map Time London and a Map Time France, or Missing Maps France or Missing Maps London at the same time, we can compare these two different projects against one another to see who's winning and who's losing, and not losing, but not winning. And then one of the cooler ways that we can look at this is by clicking on users, or by finding users. So if we just go back to all missing maps, so let's just add in all missing maps. You can submit that. So now this is all missing maps, and then let's get rid of this one. So we have all the missing maps contributors here, and you can see again last update 4 minutes ago, the longest update. So you can see who the top mappers are that we have. So if I'm really curious though, I can click on JHarps, and this is where the fun part again. This is how we start to reward you guys. So JHarps, this is JHarps' profile page. So there's a couple things. You can see when your last edit was made for the project. You can see the projects that you're contributing to, so the different hashtags. So I've noticed JHarps is really committed to the South Kivu project, so rock on. There's probably, I would say, a 50-50 chance that they're there right now, mapping in London for you guys. There's also a calendar here, so you can see the number of edits that you've made by day. So on this day, there's 5,000 edits. You know, on this day, there's 2,400 edits. So you can see your calendar. And you can see that, you know, JHarps has mapped every day since the launch of the program, basically. Then down here, you can see a map of all of your edits. So lots of edits down here in South Kivu. Lots of edits down in Mozambique that are really useful. You can also see your badges, and I'll get into those in just a second, but you can see your different edits of what type of edits you've done. So you can see the roads, you can see waterways and buildings, and you can see the totals basically of what you've been mapping. So you get a better idea of what you're mapping. Then another cool thing is that we can dive into these badges. So this badge I love because this is the middle road badge. So the very first road badge that you get is on the road again level 1. On the road again level 1 is somebody running a marathon, so roughly 26 miles. Level 2 is a penguin representing the penguin march. So the penguins march 70 miles or 70 kilometers to their annual breeding grounds across the snow. So you can see that, you know, this is the level 2 badge here, and eventually you can get level 3. So JHarps is already a level 3 consistency mapper for doing a great job, and a level 3 awesome JOSM mapper for, you know, mapping a lot in JOSM. And then also because so many kilometers of roads have mapped, they've gotten the long and winding road badge. But down here below, we can also see the other badges that JHarps is working on. So 98%, so almost you just need to add 1 more kilometers of roadways and waterways, and he picks up a new badge. Also needs to only map for 3 more consecutive days so to get the next level of consistency. You know, so you can see the little yellow arrow here is giving you, the little yellow part of the badge is giving you the amount of completeness that you're close to. So, and you can do all of this, and if I was JHarps, I'd be very proud of myself. I could go up here to the button and hit share. And this is actually going to just post it to Twitter, and it will share out, you know, my badge and the link to it. So this is a way to sort of like talk about and be proud of the work you've been doing for Missing Maps. You know, so you could copy this to Facebook or to Twitter or whatever you guys' favorite thing to do is. And I encourage you to do that throughout the night, right? I mean, this is kind of a cool way to talk about the program that you're working on. And then we can also search for a user. So if you haven't been showing up or whatever, like we can look at my profile. So here I've mapped a little bit, not too many consistent days, not too many edits compared to JHarps, but I'm still super proud of my badge that he does not have. So I have a field mapper badge because I've been doing some edits with using GPS traces. So every mapper, the way that they come to missing maps is different. I know we ask you guys to map a lot of buildings a lot of times, but there's so much more to map in OSM, and that's what this is representing, is the breadth of what we can map in OpenStreetMap together, and this is the stuff that we need to map to make the projects really, really good. I don't know if there's too much more I want to get into about the site, but just to say, you know, when you're done tonight, go check out your profile. You know, put this on if you put on the leaderboard page, Pete, if you put this on and we put on the 1490 project, you guys are doing a great job. If you go down to the map view, you guys can see your maps in real time show up on the map. So that's a cool way to do it too. It's kind of like Show Me the Way, except it's it's a real time map of your edits around the world. So here we can see you guys are right over here. Right? These are all mapping right here. Manono. So that's all I got. Just a quick hello. A giant thank you to all you guys in London. We're very jealous of the beautiful work that you guys are doing. And again, hugs and thank you. And hope to see you guys at a mapathon sometime soon.